the chicken or the egg. And I know many of us are taking the opportunity at some point in December to do some reflection of our business, to comb through the ashes, through our plot twists, and say, am I where I wanted to be, and how overall do I rate 2021, and what will 2022 be, and maybe involve some goal setting there. And I think for many people who are navigating plot twists, or for early stage entrepreneurs, there is always the chicken and the egg. There's a lone wolf syndrome, which I know Tanya and I had a conversation about, that said, I just feel like I always need to do everything myself because this was my path. I wanted to go down it, and it's really hard to ask for help. Or someone who says, there's so much free material on the internet that one more course will just be the magic bullet that helps me move the needle. And then you invest in that course, maybe it's free, but you invest your time and you go, I still don't know how to do this. And so it becomes the chicken and egg question. It says, what do you do when you're afraid to invest in your business, or you're afraid to invest in yourself? And the age-old question comes down to, I'd love to invest. I get the intellectual bit of moving the needle more quickly, or leveraging somebody else's expertise to teach me and how I know that would impact my business. And I will do it. When I have more revenue, when I have more time, when I'm not feeling so overwhelmed with all the things that are going on, whether that's the day-to-day business, that's life challenges, that's the extra holidays, extra stresses that might be all of us living with day to day. And so we put it off. And guess what happens? We get more of the same, and more of the same isn't viewed as success in our own eyes. And I get it, because I've been there, and I know the anxiety and the thrill and the fear that comes along with saying, am I ready to invest? But I will tell you this, whenever I have faced that conundrum in my own business and in my own life, it always comes down to the following questions I ask myself. And this is my tip for Tuesday, is number one, 5 years from now, 3 years from now, 1 year from now, will I be viewing my journey as successful is if I am doing the same thing I'm doing right now? 1 to 5. If I'm doing exactly what I do right now and continue to stay the course, where will I be in 1, 3, or 5 years, and will I view that as success? Rate it. That's question number one. Question number two is, by investing in this, what is the anticipated outcome for my business, for my stress level, for the people in my life who are watching me burn myself into the ground or do too much, not sleep, feel anxiety and stress? What will it mean to me, my business, and the people around me if I get help on this journey? And ask the question. Number three, it's asking the question is, if you have a revenue goal or a growth goal or anything related to your business, how more likely are you to achieve it if you start today, instead of waiting for the next revenue window, waiting for something else to happen to give you permission to start now? Well, I will tell you, every day is the perfect opportunity to start something. And so I asked myself those three questions. And whenever I have done that, I said, fearing to invest in my business and fearing to invest in myself is a scarcity mindset. I know that the moment I step in and put money on the table, put skin in the game, immediately I shift. I get more serious. The universe starts to turn in my favor, and I have to believe that there is the right client out there for me. There's the right community program to be part of. And I know that if someone holds my hand, keeps me accountable, shows me the path, 1, it will get so much easier. And 2, I'll enjoy the journey. And 3, the results will be there. And I trust that. And my friend Corvette says to me, it is about the faith factor. You must know that your destiny, if you can imagine it, is already foretold. You must take the leap of faith that says it will happen. And it will happen more quickly if you have the tools to make it happen. And those tools might be exactly what is right before you: the opportunity to invest, the opportunity to get a mentor, the opportunity to be part of a community or a membership that keeps you moving. And so maybe the answers you are thinking of, wishing for, praying for are in fact right here. Because I will tell you right now, this was the journey of my 2021. I started this year thinking I wanted to scale my business. I wanted to get more serious about escalating the growth in my business because I have very big plans. I know that time is not a guarantee in my personal life. That's always been something that's in the back of my head. So I wanted to make my time happen now, in the present. I wanted to do it more quickly with fewer hours. I wanted to reach more people. I wanted to fall back in love with the person I was becoming. And I started by doing it all myself. And very quickly, I was like, well, I'm doing it all myself, but I'm not seeing the results I wanted. It was happening, but it was happening far too slowly for me, who's that type A, I want it all now. And I thought to myself, well, if I stayed on this trajectory, how many years will it take for me to get where I want in my business? And the answer wasn't 1. It could be possibly 3, but more likely was 5 or longer. And I thought, well, I'd be happy if I have to wait 5 years to reach my goals. And the answer was no. I thought, so what is it worth investing now? What is the cost, the opportunity cost of investing in myself today, betting on myself, or trying to figure it all out on my own? Yes, I had to spend before I had revenue. It was worth it. And I will say the same thing to you. If you are in the position where you're hoping for it to happen, but you don't have a strategy, you're exhausted trying to do it all yourself, I'm here. And if you are wondering if one more course that's free is the answer, I will tell you, no. Knowledge is everywhere. Knowledge isn't the problem. You need execution. And the best way to get execution, I know, was to get a coach, was to get a mentor, was to bet on myself with dollars at this table. I had skin in the game. I moved the needle more quickly. My business grew exponentially. I recovered all the costs I spent and more by the growth in my business. That's what the result was. That's why I say to you, clarity, confidence, and result is needed. What are you waiting for? Commit to yourself. If you're in this moment of reflection, ask yourself those 3 questions. Go back, rewatch this video, and then reach out. Because at minimum, the 3 sessions I offer should be a no-brainer for you. Let's move the needle more quickly. And if 3 sessions feels like I'm not going to get enough done, and done is better imperfectly than not at all, then maybe the 90-day program or the full year commitment is the best investment you can make. I believe in your business. I've invited you to be part of this community. I see your dreams, your potential. I want you to make it happen. But don't feel like you have to be the lone wolf. I will tell you, don't be fearful of inviting opportunity into your life. Don't be fearful of putting dollars on the table, because you must have the faith factor. You must believe it's possible, and tools will help you get there more quickly. So there it is, some heavy thinking on this Tuesday, but it's something that I have been really reflective on. And any time that I start to think a scarcity mindset about, gee, I'm scared about the money I'm spending on my business, I just go, what's the impact I want to make? That impact is exponential. Spending some dollars to get there is a great investment. Think of it that way. It's not an expense. It's an investment in your business, in your personal life, in your vision, and let's do it. I'm so excited for you. I'm excited to have you with me on the journey. Kick around